Good afternoon, friends, fans, and fam. Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh my gosh. How are we? What's been happening? What has everybody been up to? I know, it's almost, I think it's literally been a week since I last saw you. In fact, I know it's been a week since I last saw you because my last stream was titled TGIF. And guess what? It's once again. It is Friday. I'm turned into, for now, a once-a-week cowboy at this rate. I'm sorry about that for those of you that have been with us for a while now. I hope you know that it's not actually intentional. It's just life is hectic. Life is hectic and prioritizing is hard. But I am glad I am here. I am glad you are here. I am glad we are all here together. Shall we play some Red Dead Redemption? Shall we? Shall we go check in on the 5 states of TRP? Come on, let's go. There we are. Hi. Howdy, Marshall Sackett. How you doing? What's going on? Alright, let's start out. Let's put up our posters. God, it's been a week, so God knows what things we have missed. Any manner of scenes could have been left at the house and gone unseen for now. Seeing as the maximum that scenes last is 72 hours. Who knows in the week what we missed? All manner of chaos and disaster. Gosh, it would help if I could spell, huh, chat? Alright. Well, let's just have a quick check of the coop. Chicken seem all good. Oops. Let's start off with a well-cooked breakfast. Oh, I'm tired, man. But you know what? I got to sleep in today. That little monster of a toddler of mine, she didn't wake up until like 8 a.m. Which, I'm gonna be honest, that is a God-given mirror freaking kill. It's a miracle. That's all it is literally a miracle. Sure, whatever. Don't jump. See if I care. Are we here? Is anyone with us? I know it's been so long, I guess. All the algorithms have forgotten I exist and haven't told you I'm here. You never say, hey, you remember my name, but it's probably 'cause you think you're cooler than me. Jesus, we had a few telegrams. Okay. Alright, that was what I last remember. Now, Evie. You ever found any... Oh, it looks like somebody punched him. Talking about a blonde man looking for another man. Name's Everett. Said he took off into Calaga. Said something about repaying a debt. It's out of our jurisdiction. Figures. Coward. I don't remember what that's about. Come back. We tried not to let it all burn while you were gone. Everett looked for a man named Raj Carter. Said he was blonde, so thought maybe it was the orphan. Can't be sure, but Chatter sent me to be worse than around there. The track seemed to be so someone looked in a bad way in that town. Twitch didn't... Yo, Turtle, what? Twitch didn't tell you? That's rude. I'm upset by that. It's alright. I would have messaged you anyway if I hadn't seen you. I was just giving you a minute to get, like, on. Don't worry, this is... I hadn't streamed in like a week, so you haven't missed any, I promise. Does Otto sell pomade? Pomade. 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 That's horse cream. That's not gonna go in me hair. Not on your life. Well, I'm not seeing any, so I guess I'm going to the city. Ah, we couldn't have that streak missed. What's new with you, Turtle? How's your week been? It's literally been a week. I think the world's forgotten I exist. TikTok seems to have forgotten I exist. They cut me off the algorithm. I'm barely here. TikTok, how you doing out there? What's been going on? I've missed y'all. I've missed every single one of you. This week, I was meant to be here a lot this week. But then things just got away from me so quickly. It was a little bit ridiculous. Honestly. Tuesday, I'll be honest, Tuesday I got distracted. I have been playing Empyrean, which is like Minecraft with space. It's a tech tree, RPG-ish, space exploration. Pretty fun game, to be honest. And I've been playing that with some folks. So I just, on Tuesday, was like, oh yeah, I'll play this for a little bit before I jump on TRP. And then I realized it was like 3 o'clock. Literally, my time was up. I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to like log off in an hour and go and get the little one. It's kind of too late to start broadcasting. And then Wednesday, 2 days ago, when I was also meant to be here, I made a mistake and I booked a haircut at the wrong time of day. I always try and start stream about an hour ago at the latest, and that was literally the time I booked my haircut for, but I booked it like a month in advance. So I'd completely forgotten about it until I got like the reminder text and stuff. So that took me by surprise as well. It was very silly.
Yep.
Howdy.
Howdy.
How you doing, Deputy?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm alright. Just coming down to get to work on that stuff you
Oh
mentioned.
yeah, did you get my telegram?
Yeah, did you get mine?
I haven't looked.
Yeah,
Maybe?
well, you should do by now. Anyway. Yeah. You were right. That someone did get up to no good down at Caliga.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't go to Caliga because it's not our
No.
jurisdiction.
As you shouldn't. That's fine. But, yeah, somebody died. I don't know the details yet. Apparently there's a file waiting for me in the city, but...
Okay. Did you get my other telegram about the guy that got beat up?
Yeah, what's that about? Where'd that happen at?
That's in the city at the apartments.
Okay, I'll go take
There
a
were
look at
people
that.
outside yelling and hollering, and I went in there to look, and there was a guy in there all beat up. He wasn't dead, but he
Jeez.
didn't look good.
Poor bastard. Alright, and that's a CW fella?
I think so.
Okay. Any idea who that is?
No. Not that I know of. I know there
Okay.
was, I feel like there was a coin left behind in the Rhodes General store, but I think it said
Huh.
WW, not CW. I also don't know who that is.
Oh well. That's very helpful of people, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess.
What's on your agenda today then? What's next?
I I need to. Well, so I was thinking. I didn't know if this guy that did whatever happened at Caligo was maybe the orphan. Do you know?
Only thing I've heard is the name Everett, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't got to Saint Denis yet to check the files, and I don't have a report on the cause of death detailed yet either, from what I understand. But that could be arriving today. Could be happening soon.
Okay. We're still looking into that, and then I was looking into. I'd have to look at my notes, but there was somebody making something weird at the cooking pot outside of town, and then I talked to the
Outside of town? Oh,
well,
just over
the
on
little
the hill?
caravan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
And then I talked to, and I need to talk to him again. I can't. What Erasmus, the sheriff in
Oh, God.
Annisburg.
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
heard of
I
him.
talked to him.
Oh, you talked to him?
Yeah, there was that nature walk recently. He went to that, and I met him there.
And you ain't lost your mind yet?
No, he's very interesting though.
Okay, that's one way to put crazy, but sure.
Yeah. Anyways, Dr. Quincy or something. I've been seeing these posters around, and there was one up there at that pot that one day, and I think he stole Erasmus's clothes in Rhodes, like his pants or something.
Why did Erasmus lose his pants in Rhodes?
I don't know.
Okay,
But
that sounds like it's your job to
chatting
figure out
about it, and then I was gonna try to figure it out. And I would like to know what he's making, because I don't know if it's some kind of poison. And then if it is some kind of poison, it could be related to the orphan, because the orphan was poisoning people. There's a whole web of things.
Oh my God, that sounds like you have a lot of work to do. Jesus Christ, good luck.
I'm gonna set up a sting operation.
A what?
I'm gonna go undercover and hopefully not get poisoned.
Okay.
We'll see.
Jesus. Well, don't die. Be safe.
Okay.
Bullets work faster than poison.
Yeah, that's true. If you find anything out about Caliga, let me know. Or I guess if you think it might be related
if there's
to the
anything
orphan.
pertinent, for sure, I'll let you know, and I'll let Beckett know, because he telegrammed me too.
Oh, I probably have a telegram from him too then, because I had also telegram. Who else are marshals in Lemoyne? I was looking for y'all's
You're
flyer,
looking at
but
him.
oh, it's just okay.
No, I got my boss too, Valentine, but she's out of town at the moment, and we got a new recruit, goes by the name of Delphine Stannard. Her name ain't on the poster yet, but it will be soon.
Okay. I was looking for the posters that day that I telegrammed you, but I couldn't find any, so I just
for now, it's me. Yeah, you just telegram me anyway, it's fine.
Okay.
Okay,
well, if you need help or anything, I will
thank you.
be around Rhodes.
As will I, if you find yourself in need of chasing after some convicts and you'd like some backup.
I'm gonna look.
Okay, I'll be in the city.
Okay.
I'm going to the station first and then looking around maybe at the apartments.
Good luck.
Oh God, thank you. Been pretty slow doing medic stuff. I think a lot of people are playing June. Oh, has that come out? That better not be from the deputy. I'll be upset. You know who I ain't seen in a minute? Bill. Ain't seen Bill. Like a week. Yeah. Let's go. Come on. Yeah. $123. Bill! We're for out there, Bill. Bill, where are you, Bill? Bill. Billy. Check the law menu first. Just see what interesting things might have popped up. Pickpocket. Scarlet! Oh, you killed... Why would you do that, Scarlet? Jeez. Jesus Christ. That one. That's right. Okay. Records. Who's... Case file. Did you steal from the USMS? I suggest reaching out to Demont or Posey. Maybe. I have no idea. I did not organize it at all. Where the fuck is Bill?
Hello, mister.
Okay, anything that was here is long gone, but that's alright. Let's go north.
Man on my wages could never afford a horse like this.
Howdy, sir. Good God.
Alright, let's ride up to Van Horn. I don't know what's happening today. My keyboard feels really uncomfortably awkward. Maybe my bandage is on weird and I'm hitting the wrong buttons, but something ain't right and I don't like it. Let's just go see if Bill's in Van. Alright, North Johannesburg. Check those telegrams. They gotta be back at thieves, I guess. Alright. Hi, Deputy.
Hi.
What brings you this far north?
I was looking for the sheriff.
Oh,
I don't
think he's
have his telegram.
asleep, but it's probably the one on this poster.
Who
Oh
is
wait, there
Susan?
isn't one on this poster. Never mind.
Oh. Does he have one?
Langston's probably got it if he don't.
Okay. Are we supposed to wear goggles when we're here?
I guess if you live here or you're coming for some event, apparently that's what it says here.
Who is Susan?
I don't know.
Oh, there's like a sign tacked onto one of the posts coming into town that says, "Beware Susan."
Maybe the kitty cat?
Maybe. I found his telegram.
Okay. That Caliga thing was a mess. Guy
What do
got
you mean?
stabbed to death in the woods.
What? Was it a knife or was it something weird?
It was weird, but it weren't the orphan, it was the thespian.
Who the fuck is that?
Tell me and then we'll both know.
I don't know.
The fuck 2 minutes gotta take so long for? That's what I want to know.
It does feel like longer than 2 minutes. Have you ever met the sheriff here?
I have not. But I've heard he's crazy like a box of snakes.
Yeah, he was confessing to a whole lot of crimes. It was weird.
Yeah, very strange. I'll check the bounty board over here. Hi, Callie. What's up, stranger? Future person. Oh, hello. Where the fuck is that? What the fuck is that place? Is that Rathskeller? No. Rathskeller's up there. What the fuck is that? Oh, that's fucking Holly's place. Huh. The fuck are they doing out there? I guess find Carter. Find Foster.
Anything fun?
No, just a couple of fuckwits.
Oh, $118.
Well, that was a wily one, though. He won't come in peaceful. Fucking liar, too.
I've met him one time. He tried to steal my glasses.
See, he would do something that mean. Who steals someone's glasses? That's just wrong.
Oh, he tried to. Him and that other guy.
Which one?
I don't know. He wore glasses too, though.
Fuck, Elias?
Maybe? I didn't catch his name.
Tan skin, bit of a weird accent.
Mm-hmm.
That's Elias fucking Morgan. He's a homicidal maniac. Don't fucking tangle with him. It's charming enough.
They made fun of me, and then they told me that the world wasn't all sunshine and rainbows, and then they threatened to take my glasses.
Well, it ain't fucking sunshine and rainbows when you're those two fuckers. Elias fucking Morgan once murdered a man and strung him up on my scarecrow at the farm. Like he was the scarecrow.
I don't like that.
That's fucked up, right? That's so fucked up.
I don't like that.
And then he acts all charming. And, like, he never did nothing wrong in his life because whatever happened was entirely deserved and justifiable in his mind.
I don't think stringing someone up to a scarecrow after you killed him is justifiable.
No, neither do I, but somehow for him,
No.
he can just compartmentalize the right way that makes it all make sense in his mind.
Who is this Carter person?
Oh, Carter Frankie Bauer. She's an interesting one, kinda. She's falling in with their gang, and that's her new family, but I think her and Bill might be sweet on each other. Not quite sure yet, but
She's way out west, and I'm not going way out west for $5.
that's a lot. The only thing is, her and Bill tend to be together, so that's the only tempting thing about that. Let me check some more telegrams, but I think Beckett's around too, by the way, if you hadn't seen him yet.
Yeah, he sent me a telegram, but I didn't see it until I got here, so I was just gonna go back to Rhodes.
Alright, I might catch you there.
Okay, be safe.
No promises.
Okay.
Controls are just feeling weird at the moment. You know, you should know that place. You worked in New Austin. One of the few marshals to patrol Colta. That's true too. It was my patrol for a while. Not anymore. Now it's just a goddamn swamp. Yeah, well, that does mean a bit, doesn't it? I wasn't really paying attention to where we were going. I've ended up at Emerald instead of Rhodes. Might come visit? I don't believe you. Don't lie to me. You're just teasing. Who are you? I don't know who you are. I ain't never seen you before in my life. Liar. You gosh darn dirty liar. Just say these things and you don't mean them. Turkeys! Strike! Oops, I did kill that deer earlier. I didn't know I'd killed it. I thought it got back up again. It's dead. No! Don't know when. Yeah, fair enough. Hey man, you gotta do what you find fun. I just can't get into GTA. I keep trying on the TRP GTA side. It just doesn't feel as fun as this does.
Is that real?
Now, the sheriff, how you doing? That wasn't that wasn't the right voice. Fair enough.
What about you?
You got some event going on, or you just mean who's on duty?
Oh, I was offering a reward for this fucking orphan fuck.
Shit, what's it up to now?
500 for information. I'm fixing to bump it up to 1,000 here in a little while.
What is a 10? Oh god, that's goddamn. That's Erasmus.
Oh yeah, Evie's up there talking to him. I guess something happened to him in Rhodes.
Yeah, she came looking. He wasn't there.
Okay.
You're hiring as well?
I sure am.
Fuck.
Look
Well,
like I got the time to do any of that shit.
well, yeah, no, fair enough. I've been looking too, but I only got one person ever reach out and they never got back to me.
What kind of work you looking for?
I'm looking for employees to do some of the stuff around the farm. Like, ideally find someone with a bit of animal husbandry experience and someone with a bit of a dab hand with milling. Turning that wheat into flour and making a profit from it.
Smart. Well, I mean, I'll always buy wheat from you, so we need them for the animals, so.
Gentlemen?
Howdy.
Oh, howdy.
How
Do you want me to show you where I found some of that shit?
Yeah, probably a good idea. I've got a fair idea, 'cause well, Drummond found a body
Where?
north of Caliga.
I was all over that fucking place. How did I miss it?
Well, shit, I don't know. Howdy, Marshall.
Fucking believable.
What have I missed?
Dead person.
Howdy, man.
Apparently. How are you?
Good to see you again.
Sheriff Beckett, you have met.
We have.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, mate. Yes, sir, and yes, mate.
Okay. That's awkward. Don't ever say it like that again.
I introduced myself the other
Sorry.
day.
Oh, good, good.
Mr. Boone got me all caught up on the orphan case, so
Oh,
I'm a bit more
fun.
across it now.
Well, now we have a thespian
that's
as
definitely a
well
word
to
for
throw into
a
the mix of
thespian.
murderers.
I
Well, it
did
is.
see that in the
Right,
files
nice.
yesterday. What a name.
Yeah. Hey, do you have, Beckett, anyone in town in your records going by the name Everett?
Ooh, I could go take a look. The name Everett Hitch is in my brain, but I don't know why. Maybe I can't remember if that's a person or a folklore story that I've heard. But I could take a look.
I suppose it's the only way to find out.
Once I take a look over there, I can also show y'all where I found the blood and everything.
Sure, sounds good.
Idea. Are you heading to the office?
Yes, ma'am.
I will join you there in 2 minutes.
All right. Hell, if you need it, I'll give you 3 moments.
How polite of you.
He's so kind and generous with his time, isn't he?
Always. Well, so from what I've seen so far, I can't really complain.
Well, just your name isn't Echo Everhart, so you probably will never see me yell.
There you go.
Or Jesse Sweet. That's the other one he'll yell at.
Oh, I'm not. That boy's gonna wish he was deaf if I ever fucking cross paths with him.
Mm-hmm.
Can't stand that fucking kid.
There
Hey,
she
Miss Evie.
is.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm okay.
Good, good.
So yeah, the reason I ask about Everett is
Uh-huh.
someone at the parlor house mentioned seeing this fella coming up that he hadn't seen in a while, going by the
Mhm.
name of Everett.
Okay.
And then I'm pretty sure this fella's going on to murder someone at Caligo by the name of Raj Carter. Well, steal your telegrams while you work.
No, nothing in our files. There's an Everett Jackson, but and then there's an Echo Everhart. Ugh. Let me see what else we got. Well, that's at least in records. Let me take a look at those files. Hold on.
Okay. Otherwise, I gotta find out who he is from this person at the parlor house.
Hello.
Hello. Right. What did I miss?
Me trying to find anybody named. No, only Everett that I can find is Everett Jackson and Echo Everhart. She's not even an Everett, so.
I think you just got a thing about Echo that's starting to make me sick.
I was just looking. I was looking through all the Evers just in case, because I don't know how that. I don't know how he fucking spells it.
I'm assuming that this name was left at some point along the trail.
Yeah,
Yes, it
Everett.
was Everett.
Someone at the parlor house, apparently, according to the case file, said that Everett stopped in for the first time in a while.
Right.
And that Everett was looking for Raj Carter. But that Raj Carter is now dead. So, hence my query about whether there's been an Everett in town. Of
Well,
late.
well, they're definitely. I mean, he was definitely in town.
Yeah, but whether
but-
it was someone y'all knew or just.
Did he live here?
Oh no, I don't.
Okay.
The day that this happened, I was getting my horse from the stable and I saw somebody riding towards Caliga. A man.
Okay.
I didn't get a good look at him though.
How about the horse? You see the horse?
Mm-mm.
That would be too
I
nice.
tried.
Yeah, fair enough.
He was going really fast.
That's alright. That's alright. We'll keep digging into it. See if we can get a better description of the fella.
Only thing I remember from folks saying that he was blonde and he was younger.
Hmm. Okay.
Revenge killing, perhaps.
Everyone was mentioning something that he was talking about a debt, so maybe.
And that's something
Paying
else
a
that
debt.
cropped up, that this fella Everett and Everett's father and the Caliga fellas, Raj and Everett's father, had some kind of working relationship. That's all I know.
Right.
Ain't got a surname though, so that don't help figure out who the fuck this fella's dad is. So other than that, I guess the orphan is our kind of local roads and Lemoyne priority, huh?
Do you think that they could be at odds with each other?
No, I just mean in general, like things that we got going on at the moment.
Oh, I know. But down the
Yeah.
line, do you think that they could be...
I don't even know if
Trying
they
to
know
outkill
each
each other?
other.
I was going to say, do serial
Oh,
killers
God.
compete?
I guess they
Oh,
probably.
maybe.
Oh God.
I mean, they're
Orphan
crazy enough
did
to
do a
kill
lot of
them.
stabbing.
With
Isn't that how this
tools
guy
at
died?
hand, yeah. The orphan
I,
killed people with things that were at hand, right? Like whatever was
Mhm.
nearby.
Mm-hmm. Well, except for the poison thing.
Was there any notes
Hmm.
left on the body or anything? Any way that they made contact at all? Any reasoning? Or just the debt?
That's all I know about.
Right. I suppose a fear of mine is that they start working together, but I suppose we don't really need to be fantasizing about such things.
God. Let's not encourage that, that's for sure.
Well, I'm confused now because there were boot prints that had like a CW imprint.
I think
In the
it's
town?
separate.
That's
I
crazy.
think it's
Okay.
different. I think that's another person.
Well, apparently that person beat the shit. Oh yeah, it is different because they describe somebody completely different. Somebody got their ass beaten.
There was a coin
Apartment.
too in the general store.
Oh yeah, I did see that. WW.
Yeah, yeah, there's so many
Where was it left?
on the counter.
In the general store.
Mm-hmm.
Was anything taken as if it was an exchange?
Didn't seem like it.
Yeah, nothing seemed out of the ordinary to me. No
If it
reports
was
of
that-
theft or anything.
Wanted it to be found.
I wonder if that's related to CW. CW. Well, here, let me show you. I don't know if them folks that I talked to are still around, but I,
I
can at
took
least
their
kind
statements.
of a group.
Yeah, I think Drummond documented most of it, but we can go take a look at least. See if there's anything
Yeah,
else
man, in
out
case
there.
y'all found anything I missed.
Probably worth putting the area into my head about it too.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm going
So,
to forget things.
overheard some folks talking just outside the parlor house. That's where I first got wind of it. Well, and I think, Evie, you said you heard folks talking somewhere else, right?
The telegram station.
Okay.
3 days ago?
Yeah, for me it was 2 days ago.
Yeah, I think Drummond talked to those folk and he got some statements into the file for me, but
Okay, good.
Okay.
Some stuff happened shortly after I went to bed. Because I woke up that day and I don't remember seeing anything.
It had to have been the man that I saw because I did a patrol around town and nobody was talking. And then when I left the stables and saw that man right out of town and came back, people were chattering, so...
Well, I think we found our
Okay.
fella. At least that sounds like.
that sure
Found
sounds
out.
suspicious.
Yeah, there was somebody chatting standing here, but they might have gone to bed.
Okay. Yeah.
So the blood might have
I
been
think
swept
that's
away,
the
but
one
I
that
can-
might have known him as Everett.
Yeah, I think you're right. Because I also. Well, at first I was going skunk hunting. Skunting.
Skunking?
Yeah, skunting.
Skunting.
Learn a
Doesn't-
new phrase every day in this country.
I think
don't
he
know if
just made
that's-
that one up.
You don't know anything, Tyrell.
So when I say that word in front of people and they ask me where I found it, I can point them towards you and you won't be embarrassed.
Just say it's a Beckett thing.
Wonderful.
Skunking.
All around.
God, this fog. I swear to God, Jesse Sweet was on the run somewhere.
I wish he was so I could shoot him in the head.
Figured you more for a shoot him in the groin type of guy, but yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, honestly, I was just thinking, or shoot him in the dick so he doesn't hurt anybody else.
Yeah.
On romance, that I
You're
realize
saying his
that
dick
implied-
is his
that
weapon?
That implied maybe bad, worse things than he actually is.
That's awful, but understandable.
Well, I don't know. That seems like that's all he thinks with.
You seem to have quite...
He's a piece of shit. That's why he's in this fucking gang that's robbed the bank a couple times now.
Your reputation precedes you, Mr. Green. One
What do
of
you
the first
mean?
things I ever heard about you is that you hated Jesse Sweet with all of your passion. But I
I
think
sure
it might be
fucking
true.
do.
That was one of the first things I learned about him, too. I had to write it down. It was a whole thing.
Did
You had
take
to
up
write
an
it
entire
down.
page of your journal?
Yeah, remember you said write that down. I wrote it down.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
still in
that's
my
right.
notebook.
Write that down. I hate Jesse Sweet. I'm your boss. Write it down.
He just he
Good
thinks
lord.
he's just the way that Rodriguez talked about him. I just think he's a real cocky piece of shit.
I mean, you're not wrong. He is really cocky.
Rodriguez, the ex-sheriff.
Yep, exactly. She and I are partners romantically.
I see.
And then I was talking to. I like this.
Romance
That's
partners.
One of them was saying that they saw him go around,
Okay.
and then. So then while I was skunting, I was also kind of keeping an eye out.
Jesus Christ, that word sounds awful.
Why?
I quite like it, actually.
Okay.
I mean, it's basically what you say any skunk hunting, skunting. I mean, it's all gonna get jumbled together anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I quite like the idea that when you don't have a word in your mind, you can just make one up. Very fun.
I mean, it's putting two words together.
American language is kind of like that, though. Just make it
Germans
up.
are very good at it. Very good.
Just pretend it's like a regional dialect or something.
There's plenty of those.
Exactly. There's
Can't
so
understand
many.
half of them.
Mm-mm.
Apologies if I have to ask you too much of this sort of thing.
That's alright. I know I'm a mumble mouth. You can believe it, my father's even worse. He just sounds like gravel.
Somehow. I do believe that.
Sometimes I feel like my mama's the only one that understands what the hell he's saying half the time. And my brother Nicky and I, we just know we was in trouble based on how the gravel sounded that day. And it was right around here. I think it was around here, maybe just behind me, but somebody said that they heard that they seen that fella, not Everett, but the other one,
Raj.
yeah, Raj, they said it looked like he'd seen a ghost and he was sprinting away. And then they said that they were worried, but they thought one of the guards had caught up to him because they heard, it was dark, but they heard a horse chasing after him.
Okay. Jesus.
And that he was running off to the woods about east of here.
Alright.
So I traversed all through this shit over here. I mean, I didn't go through all the, I'm not in the habit of ruining people's crops, but so if that's where he found it, then that would make sense.
Yeah, it looks like he took off from the map, or the trail that Drummond found. He took off this way.
Yeah, you know.
And kind of tried to zigzag through here a little bit.
Yeah, and the blood, I just found a little drop of blood, weren't much. So I don't know if maybe he kicked him or something. But I swear it was just right about here.
That might make sense.
Keen eye. Well done.
Yeah, it was one of these big trees is where they found the body. I don't know exactly which one though.
I would say either this one or that one. If I had to pick a stump that was large enough to support a human, we'd point at one of the bigger ones.
There's a few graves over here. That might be why it was one of these ones maybe.
I was, maybe Drummond picked it up before I got here. Because, I mean, I was just walking back. I mean, the guards were talking to me a couple times because they were wondering what the hell I was doing. And I had to show them my badge multiple times, saying, I'm still here.
Look, it's me. I'm a sheriff. You can trust me. I didn't do it.
And then I lost the trail, like I said, I lost the trail. I think it was maybe somewhere back here, or maybe like right about here, I think, is where I lost the tracks of a horse. Because
Okay.
a while I was following tracks, it was footprints and then horse tracks, kind of like over it.
All right.
So I thought, okay, well, it looks
So-
like he was chasing him.
I was going to say, definitely being chased then. Or
But then I seen the tracks. I didn't see no more footprints, and they were looked like they were headed towards Saint Denis, but I lost it. I just couldn't find them after that. So then
Alright.
I was selling my scent glands.
You're what now?
When you harvest a skunk and some other critters, you get scent glands.
Oh, okay.
I heard people use them for perfume, but what do I know? I don't know if I want to smell, which is weird. Why would they smell like a skunk? But anyway, and then while I was doing the rounds, I was grabbing a bite to eat by the Licorn. So I was working up an appetite walking through here. And that's where I saw a bunch of footprints going into the Licorn. And I saw the CW, and then there was a tomahawk and a feather with a CW on it. And I was wondering if they were the same thing, but
Oh, well, that fucker is different. That's the one I think might have done the fight at the Haven Apartments. Oh, Jesus. All right. Looks like we got some work to do, Deputy.
I believe so.
Fun times.
Going to be a long one today.
yeah.
Thank you, Beckett.
Yeah, of course. Sorry I couldn't be more help. I mean, because somebody was flagging me down saying, but they said instead of the apartments, they said the hotel.
Okay.
So I went to the Bastille, I went to the Grand, then I went back to the Licorn, and then I was like, why were they flagging me down about it in front of the hotel, or pardon me, in front of the apartment complex? And I was like, maybe they just don't speak English. Or maybe they were just so freaked out, they just said hotel instead of apartments.
That does
then I ran
happen in
there.
Saint Denis, though. There are plenty of people that don't speak English in Saint Denis,
Yeah.
that's for sure.
Well, some folks call them different things, so
True,
And
there's that.
ran back and I seen that fella holding his face after getting punched.
Well, right. Okay.
But he said he had brown hair.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess,
Now, I know that the orphan, as far as we know, goes by Oliver.
yeah.
So I don't think, unless he's using a moniker, but I mean, unless the body had something about punishment and such, I don't think it's the same thing.
There was punishment involved, but why would he go from being the orphan to being the thespian?
I was going to say, also, not to mention the fact that the orphan seems very calculated towards the system itself, not the people so much, but the system of corruption that they've obviously suffered from. This seems more personal.
Have you checked theaters or any of the tents where they put shows on?
It's a good idea,
Not yet.
especially for someone who goes by the
Thespian?
thespian.
Yeah.
Pride
You
Month,
don't
we
think
should go.
this could be an offshoot
Okay.
of the doll maker, do you?
Oh, Jesus. It better fucking not be. You have
That
been
might be
reading through
somebody that I
cases.
hate. I got so tired of hearing about that fuck.
Dollmaker, tell me about
Yeah.
it. As one of his victims, I can confer that he is a fucking asshole.
If you had to be in a room with, you had to pick between the doll maker and Jesse Sweet, who would you pick?
Wait, do I get to kill one of them, or is this just I gotta sit in the room and listen to their
You just
shit?
gotta sit in the room and listen to their shit.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Maybe Jesse. If I had to
I
pick
feel like that's
between...
only because you'd enjoy arguing with him.
Yeah, exactly. I love calling Jesse Sweet out on his bullshit.
This is honest.
I tip my hat to you, sure.
It's like a pastime. Can I call Jesse Sweet out on his bullshit enough that he actually tries to get angry enough to pull his gun and do something about it? Or
Anything can be a pastime if you have enough fun.
If you do
Do
it
I-
more than once and you enjoy it, you know?
do I just piss him off enough that he goes back and complains about me for the rest of the day to whoever will listen?
Knowing him, he just blow a bunch of hot air into the wind and I wish he'd fucking float away.
His ego ain't quite inflated enough for that.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately for us.
Have you ever considered inviting him on a hot air balloon ride?
I'd be too tempted to commit first-degree murder.
Only first degree murder if we find the body.
Yeah, well, I reckon a flying tight pants fuck falling out of the sky would be pretty easy to find.
Depends where you dropped him. Come on now, you can be more creative than that, Beckett.
Over the water.
Depends on what he's
See?
singing on the way down.
Hopefully it's fucking Hail Marys. Or fucking, what's the Grace one? Amazing Grace. What's the one about Grace that's amazing? Oh yeah, Amazing Grace.
Well done.
I don't know, it just reminds me about
Well,
all the lies and bullshit. I used to be in that life. It's all lies. That's all it is. Just you lie to yourself to say that you're different, that nobody knows you for who you are, and that might be true, but you ain't who you are for a long time, at least for me. I just turned into a husk of a man. And it was for people like that. He probably don't give a shit whether his gang actually lives or dies as long as he gets out.
I'll be honest, it's kind of hard to tell with that one. He's done some stupid sacrificial shit in his time, though.
Or maybe he's just stupid.
There's definitely that about him, honestly. But I'll give him that much. He's paid the price for some shit in the past that meant that others didn't have to. Whether or not they deserve that sacrifice from him, that's between him and them, but
It's usually often the most confident and bold people that are usually the most terrified on the inside. It's a wonderful coping mechanism. I find that the people who are the loudest and the most boisterous at trying to get their point across usually are suffering from an inability to actually get across what they're trying to say, what they believe. Shout it louder. Hope that more people hear it. The meaning is hollow all the same.
I wouldn't doubt it for somebody like that. Which is why I won't be pushing them out of a hot air balloon. Because that part of my life is over.
And you're a better man for it.
There's two theaters here, ain't there?
There is.
mm-hmm.
Main Street and the one around the corner. I will head to Vaudeville, and I can meet you back on the main street.
Alright. See you there.
And,
What you think, Evie?
About what?
Anything.
I like the way she speaks.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You just daydreaming about my deputy and not
Sorry.
actually paying attention to
No,
what we're talking
I
about.
was paying attention.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, to the way she speaks.
Yeah,
Sorry.
apparently. Jesus.
Okay, I don't think that the person we're looking for right now is the orphan. I don't think they're the same
Oh yeah,
person.
I don't disagree.
I am curious to know what the depth and everything was,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel kind of bad about not going to Cali now.
There wasn't nothing
mean,
you could have done.
How would you know?
I don't know, but still.
You did what you could do. You sent me a telegram.
I'll head upstairs.
Not much down here.
You don't think we missed anything, do you?
God knows. This is more a picture theater anyway, I guess. Less of a thespian, more of an actor.
Look, I'm doing.
Shadow puppets.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Look at this profile. Hold on. Hold on.
Maybe you crap. There we go. That's pretty good.
Oh, maybe if I go a little bit higher up. Oh, whoop, too high. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Pretty good stuff. All right.
Sorry, we were making shadow puppets.
No, nothing up there that I could see.
Nothing up there, just a pretty picture lot. I was not expecting a bunch of people to be gathered outside staring at me when we came out. That was weird for a
Maybe you're
moment.
the show.
The theatre Tyler, what did you expect?
The theater was closed when we went in.
No, but you're waiting for a show. Nothing at
And
the
you're the
vaudeville.
one to give them. You
Jesus.
know, nothing to make us in there.
Harlequins, charlatans, a bunch of beautiful women, nothing more. Nothing out of the usual.
Oh well, hopefully somebody turns up something soon, but otherwise we'll just have to keep our eyes open and keep an eye out for anyone named Everett coming back through roads, I guess, Sheriff.
Yeah, I'll definitely let you know. Did you check out the apartment and everything?
Yeah, by the time I got there, there was no one left out talking.
Oh, okay. I swear there was something about there was something carved or something, I swear.
Something carved?
Or yeah, like I swear maybe I'm just getting all my fucking criminals mixed up, but I swear there was something. Something about being punished, but it wasn't like the orphan though.
How about you? Red Bull time. Just regular Red Bull time. Well, where'd he go?
I swear I saw something about like the rich must suffer or something like that.
Oh god, that sounds very orphan-like. But also, this CW person was like, he came to my place and stole a bunch of wheat because apparently nobody should own land. Nobody owns land.
Oh,
It's like we have a bunch of serial killers that are all kind of a similar pattern. They hate the system, they hate the rich, and they got an axe to grind with people that have debts to pay.
you think they have a book club?
And the I Hate Rich Fucks Club.
Bet there's a few books they could
They-
read if they do.
I was going to say, at least we know that if they do have a book club, the first book they read was Oliver Twist. Someone was a little too inspired.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna swing back by the station, make a few notes.
Would it be too on the nose if I put the wanted poster for the orphan at the soup kitchen?
Go ahead, be my guest.
I spoke to someone there. They hadn't
Oh?
seen him. Yeah, this was a couple days ago. They hadn't seen anybody like that, but also, I mean, it wouldn't hurt.
Could be worth doing, I'd say. God, what a mess. So we got some work to do though. You two be safe.
Des Moines gets all of the serial killers.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it becomes Des Moines' problem.
Well, it's a big city. There's a lot of folks, and there's a lot of folks that are pissed off here too. One part of this city lives in destitute, while the other part of the city just eats off of gold plates.
That's
At least that's
true.
how it feels
With their
sometimes.
mouths open, eating really loudly.
And
Mhm.
scraping the. Oh.
Yeah, don't go to the Bastille
Oh.
anytime soon. It's awful. They're monsters.
Can I just say the one thing that pisses me off is when their teeth, they like bite the fork. I'm just like,
Oh, stop.
use your mouth. Oh, I want to slap it out of their fucking hand, out of their
Try it
mouth.
next time.
They'll
Let us know
fucking
how it goes.
yeah. Well, I'm sure I'll see you at fucking SDPD.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
good.
I'll turn myself in.
It's a good enough hit, for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a fork sticking out their cheek.
Oh God. Jesus, don't do that.
We appreciate that.
Those
Are
days
you
are
the
behind me.
orphan?
Oh, my parents are still
No,
gone.
orphans got small feet. Look at those things. They ain't.
Yeah, look at these dogs.
Oh, God.
Yo,
Ooh.
shark what?
Should we go to the soup kitchen?
Yeah. You two be safe.
Take care.
Keep each other posted if we see or hear anything.
Sounds good.
Thank you, Bigot. Thank you, Davey.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
So, thoughts?
She likes the way you talk,
Two.
Deputy Evie.
How do you know that?
It's the first thing she said when you rode away.
Good lord.
Is that all you've been paying attention to, Evie? What the fuck we're talking about?
It's very sweet, however, I don't think she has any clue how old I am, so...
Oh, Sharkwood, good night. We got tied up in roads and you went west instead of east. Oh dear. She's old. She got gray hair. Saw Bill was around, but I don't know where the fuck. I'm guessing thieves are somewhere west. Hmm?
I said, surely you could leave him to Langston.
Can't let Langston have all the fun. You see Mr.
not?
P yet? How's your case
No.
going?
Not a peep from him, actually. I've been checking Blackwater like a hawk most days that I'm around, but
Hmm.
Nothing so far.
Give me 1 second. Oh dear. Well, you got busted. In other news, you have passed all your tests. At least the
Have
ones that
I?
matter.
Oh, that's good. Which ones don't matter?
Well, we don't have to do any kind of practical examination to promote you or to say you passed. We might do something in the future just to see how you react to different situations and different scenarios and different investigative techniques. But for now,
Wonderful.
consider yourself an active, full deputy marshal with all the privileges and honors and responsibilities that that title entails.
Thank you.
Night
I
Sharkwa.
must say thank you for the last few weeks. You've been an exceptionally good teacher. This has been an
Well,
absolute
thank you.
pleasure to ride alongside you. So
I appreciate that. Because now it's just you
Yes.
and me at the moment working together on whatever we need to do. So I'm glad that
know
we're
what's-
getting along well.
it is, but unfortunately, on Monday I will be gone for 3 weeks. But when I'm back
Oh,
from that,
Okay,
we're
3
straight on.
weeks.
It'll be fine.
Alright, 3 weeks on Monday, right? Which is in 4 days. Okay, good to know.
Mm.
Fair enough. Where are you
Trip across the
going?
pond
Oh,
to go see my
God.
mother.
On the boat,
unfortunately.
too. That takes forever, don't it?
Unfortunately, it does. Well, no, not actually. It's about 9-10 days, depending on how fast on how well the sea is, how well it wants to cooperate. I suppose you could say. But the ocean line
Yeah,
is
but
quite
you got to
fast
get
now.
to New York, and then you got to get. Oh, well,
That
alright.
will be the frustrating part. But as soon as I'm in New York, I should be able to beeline practically straight home.
Well, given that's Monday, I won't go ahead and assign this serial killer to you. Well, not that they're a serial killer yet. They've only killed one person. But I won't go assigning Everett to you. However, if it's still a thing when you come back, I'd appreciate your help on it. But, your Mr. P thing will remain yours for the meantime. I will officially put your name on the file too instead of mine, now that you can have such privileges as investigating your own cases.
How exciting!
Right? About the only thing that really changes is you can now go after any wanted suspect that you see with a felony warrant. You can dig in on things if you come across a scene. You don't have to telegram a marshal to come and help you out. You got this now all on your own.
A little daunting, but you know what? I'll take exciting either way. I'm sure I'll spend most of
Yeah.
my time in posses with people in the next few weeks anyway. Not the next few weeks, but I suppose when I get back.
Honestly, most of us do it all the time anyway. At least, better to ride with at least one other person. I mean, don't get me wrong. Get used to working on your own, but it's good to have company on there, especially for the long rides. And never hesitate to just, even if I'm not around, if you're going somewhere that you think is dicey or that you don't completely like the look of, send myself a telegram just to let me know. Worst case scenario, at least I know where to find your body. Or to start
Exactly,
looking.
and someone needs to get it back home.
Right? Exactly. I do it too. Even me. Think about the only person that probably doesn't do it is Dumont. But I'll send a telegram to somebody just to say, hey, I'm going somewhere stupid. Come look for me if you think you don't see me in a while.
Only you would so willingly admit to doing stupid things and getting away with them.
That's a lie. Langston absolutely would as well.
Oh, actually, you know what? You're totally right. Absolutely right. He would do that.
That's why we're not allowed to work together anymore.
I see.
That's why we had to send him to New Austin instead.
I feel like he ends up in New Austin because he's the only one willing to go there.
Yeah, honestly, someone had to go, so he was our sacrifice. I'm kidding. It's good. Well, what do you want to do now? I don't have much, but I got like at least a half hour or so.
If there's anything you need to do, may as well now. If not,
Not much, unless Bill happens to be like right outside the door. Let's go see where they think Bill might be.
somewhere.
I'm guessing he's somewhere stupid, like Tumbleweed.
Say stupid like Tumbleweed, but he does own a store there.
Nope, I don't know where he's at. That's annoying.
Anyone else?
Nope, only that miscreant. JY was looking for him. She said, well, looking around because she knew he was awake. And she got as far as Tumbleweed and didn't see anything by the sounds of it. So somebody saw her.
Someone saw her.
Yeah, I'm guessing she went through thieves and got caught. Well, not caught, but observed.
How do you know?
Yo, Spider-Man, what's up? Nice, I'm playing Red Dead RP. Well, the other thing is, maybe go take a look at the Licorn. I didn't get that far earlier. I should check that it ain't burning down. It tends to be a favorite of the stripy mule bastards.
Right, yes, I did. When? I don't remember whether you were there to talk about. We were talking with Langston about the stripy mules and the person who had, in front of STPD, who had called me aside to speak to me. And they pointed towards the Licorn as well, but when I went down there, there was absolutely nothing of notice or out of place.
Yeah, I think I did the same. That's the day I ended up. You and I both went and found that trail all the way out to.
Catfish Jackson's.
Yeah.
And the day after, JY and I found it again because JY found it this time. And she was
Yeah.
looking for Bill. I tagged along with her.
Yeah, I had the same frustration. They were talking about the same fella doing something, and I went there and I looked through every fucking foyer, the kitchen, the restaurant, even went upstairs and looked around. Nobody said anything. I knocked on a couple of doors. But, well, what the hell then? Ain't a crime for me to go fucking finding this guy if all he's done is maybe done something. We need some kind of evidence, but Oh well. It'll turn up eventually.
Here's hoping. Also, did you see the graffiti on the Bastille a few weeks ago?
I missed that one. What was that?
It was a bunch of red paint on the side of the Bastille, literally down the street, just over there, that said the family owns the city or something like that. Like Saint-Denis belongs to the family, something along those
To
lines.
the family? Who in the fuck are the family?
I have no idea, and I couldn't. I followed a trail of the paint behind the alley over to almost like a seating area, and I found an abandoned journal with some initials on it. Don't actually remember what the initials were at the moment, off the top of my head. And I think I found a paintbrush covered in red paint, but there wasn't really much to go off of. I didn't find anything else other than that.
Jesus.
And
Who
I
the
haven't seen.
hell are the family?
I haven't seen anything of the sort that would sort of link to that or be similar to it. I haven't found any more red paint on the town, or at least in Saint-Denis.
I remember, maybe it was the same day that that fella was running around leaving a trail out to Catfish Jackson's. There was a little bit of a trail of red paint near SDPD, but I never figured out why. Couldn't find any repainted buildings or nothing. It was weird.
The Bastille one really threw me off because outside of following the trail behind the Bastille, it really just looked like there was nothing else. Like they come
Yeah.
out from behind the Bastille, painted what they wanted to, walked back and left it, and left, disappeared.
As you do. Honestly. People be weird in this town.
Because realistically, I can see a vandalism charge, but that's what
Petty
happens in
theft at
evidence.
most, really.
Exactly. Would've been one of those
Destruction.
things, if I caught them in the act of it, I probably would have made them wash it off themselves, and
Yeah.
off they go.
Basically, give them a little bit of a fine, maybe slap on the wrist, and
So if you'd
Honestly,
like
in
to join an
those
art
kind of
class, please go
cases-
join the gallery, but please refrain from painting on the Bastille.
something like that. You do have a discretion, especially with misdemeanors and minor cases like that.
I think if
You
it
don't
became-
actually have to give somebody jail time for something like that. You can just fine them.
That's why I said I'd just make them clean it off. Make sure they put it back into it. This is a very nice teapot.
It's pretty, huh? This bear's
need a new one.
huge. Look at
I
that.
didn't get to bring my favourite set over.
Oh, maybe you can bring it back.
I'm too worried about it breaking. It's far too fragile.
It's true. Anything can
Exceptional
happen at
set.
sea.
I got it for my 30th birthday. A very long time ago now.
How old are you? It's twice now you've mentioned that you're older than people would have imagined.
Oh, well, I don't think you're supposed to ask ladies about their age, but
No, but you bring it up twice. You deserve to be asked.
I don't know if I brought it up.
You said that the deputy has no idea how old you are.
No, she doesn't. But that's
And
just
now
a
you just said
genuine
30 was a
statement.
long time ago.
In the grand scheme of things, I suppose.
Okay. Well. You know, I heard that after you turn 30, you only stay alive by stealing years from other people.
Then I'm doing quite well for myself.
Yeah, but who's dying at your expense?
Would you like to know?
Right? That mirror
Have you ever been
always...
to a travelling circus?
A what?
Travelling circus? I've never seen one.
Huh. No, don't think I have. Jesus, he's having cannonballs fired at him? That's stupid.
How do you think they do it? Oh, it's a moving picture show, of course. It's not you. Unless. I need to meet someone who works in the theatre. I want to know how it works.
Why is a bearded lady something special? That don't make no sense.
Perhaps it's just because she looks so good with it that people don't believe it.
Oh, that must be the thing. How are they doing such a careful groom?
Exactly.
Sword swallowing, now there's a thing. Just don't sneeze, I guess.
I was going to say, they're either very good at hiding whatever they're doing, or they're very good at staying still.
And probably don't have much of a gag reflex.
That too.
Well, luckily, nothing too untoward seems to have happened here of late.
No, which is probably a good thing.
Circle back this way and go back via the docks.
How's life been treating you recently?
I got kind of wrapped up in a bunch of farm work. You know, coming into summer, all these things
You
that
like
need
it?
to be done. The farm work, I'm
Seems
not
like a lot of
used to
work
it.
For someone who already has a full-time career.
It's true. It's busy, but it's kind of nostalgic in some ways.
I was going to say, I know for a lot of people it's the rather than mindless work is sort of relaxing, I suppose.
Yeah.
In a way.
Exactly. But, you know, growing up in Tennessee, in the hills and whatnot, it was all about what you could sustain, what you could grow yourself kept you alive, what you could hunt yourself kept you alive. Weren't exactly stores nearby to go buy everything you need like there are here in Saint Denis. Fuck, even Valentine looks like a goddamn metropolis compared to where I grew up. There's community. Don't get me wrong, there were people, there was community, but just weren't towns in the same way, you know? People had space to live and breathe and get on with life, but you had to survive. There was no just living, it was survival.
So is it sort of a family occurrence, or does everyone pitch in and the land sort of belongs to everyone, or like a community, or is it just...
Well, we all had our own homes, our own places, but you know, neighbors would help neighbors, and family would help family. Everyone had their own little bit of land that they would call their own, but when the hard seasons came, everyone looked after each other, because, well, most of the folk out that way are somebody's kin via some marriage or whatnot.
Right, of course. I can imagine that you knew everyone you grew up around then.
Yep. Yeah. Didn't mean we liked them, don't get me wrong, hell. There's some feuds in them hills that have been going on for generations.
That's no different anywhere you look.
Somebody's great-grandpappy dug up somebody else's turnips 100 years ago, and now whenever you see him, you gotta have a fight about it, that kind of shit.
It's interesting to me that in these generational feuds, at some point someone doesn't stop and ask themselves why they're still feuding over it. Or what could be so egregious that would cause someone to fight for over a decade? Decades.
Well, occasionally they stop and go, what was that actually about? But usually that's when they bury the last of whoever they're feuding with. Hell, for some, I guess it never ever mattered what it was about. It was
No.
just because your father did it and his father did it and his sister was doing it, you feuded.
Correct.
And if you didn't,
Such
that was a
waste of
disgrace to the
energy.
family. So many people would get hurt in those kind of things that didn't have nothing to do with it, though.
Hmm. Crossfire would be unimaginable.
Sometimes people just get hurt. But then the smart ones of us move away, so then we ain't part of the feud no more.
Hmm. Have you ever seen a feud break? Have you ever seen them figure it out?
Never seen one end peacefully.
Shame.
You'd think people would, figure out what civilization means is actually, being civilized, but don't seem to work
do
out in
you-
them hills of Tennessee and other such places.
Well, what is civilized?
Oh, hi. Well, when we can sort our differences with words and conversations rather than guns and violence, I guess.
Have you ever raised your gun at someone that you didn't want to? Or someone that you got along with?
I was gonna say, Define didn't want to. Have I ever had to aim at somebody?
I was going to say, I suppose an easier way to ask the question would be, have you ever had to shoot someone that you didn't want to? Or that you couldn't bring yourself to, or didn't think you'd be able to bring yourself to?
Aw, where you going? Bye-bye. Unfortunately, it has happened a few times. People that I didn't expect, or people that I would have thought could settle their differences without needing to draw a weapon. For people that I just imagined wouldn't ever actually pull a gun on me personally, that have done. Mm.
I just realised that my line of questioning can come off as quite invasive, so don't feel like you have to answer anything you don't want to.
You're fine. You're fine. I just reminiscing, I guess. So unfortunately happened twice that I've been in situations where people I thought of as family have decided that that a hail of gunfire was the only way to fix what they felt was wrong.
And did it?
Both of them are dead now, so I guess it did in some ways. Usually it ended up... I say they're dead, but they didn't necessarily die because of what happened. They died after it, but... both times it got people they considered family killed. I guess from their perspective, both times I made a choice that they couldn't go on running from the law for what they'd done.
Anyone that holds that against you is sort of daft, to be honest.
Some days I hold that
Understand being-
against myself, so you're probably right.
I can understand being upset about a scenario playing out in a way that you might not have expected. But I think in this line of work, on both sides, there is an acknowledgement of a sort of impasse where both sides are going to do what they are required to do, whether that be by law or by some strange honor code that has been crafted
Mm-hmm.
between a group of people or whatever they want to call it.
A
But I
game.
think if you're
Yeah.
shocked
Hey Zach,
to
what's
know
up?
of the consequences of your own actions, then I don't really know how much more life can teach you.
I think the biggest issue that most seem to face that choose either side of the life we live is that sure you can have freedom to do whatever the fuck you like. But freedom of action doesn't mean freedom from consequence. But too
I
many...
mentioned it once.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. No, continue.
Just gonna say, too many people seem to believe that they have the right to do whatever they please, and that anyone trying to do anything about that is impinging on their freedom. And well, no, you were free to do what you did. The trouble is, you aren't free to ignore the consequences of doing what you did.
Exactly.
This time the consequence is Sissica, but sometimes the consequences are death.
I think I mentioned it.
Zach,
Marshall,
this is
actually.
Delphine.
I have a staunch belief that most people in the world are willing and deserving of a second chance.
Mm-hmm.
But to throw that second chance away, especially in certain circumstances, like those where you really shouldn't be given a second chance, but you are, for whatever reason, to throw that back in the face of whoever has given you that second chance, or the system that has given you the second chance, however undeserving of it you might be, I feel that excludes you from any and all other forms of sympathy or empathy in the future. I think if you are going to so willingly throw away an opportunity to turn your life around that has been given
Yes.
to you by someone who does
Hostile
not
her
need to
training,
give
though.
you that chance and is under no obligation to give it to you, but would give it anyway
Mm-hmm.
because they know it is the right thing to do, then I think you sacrifice any freedom that you once had or held.
Yep. No, I agree. Some people get far too many chances and insist on fucking it up every goddamn time.
I'll be honest with you. I was. It took me a while to get on board with it. To be honest, I really had no patience for it to begin with. At all.
Mm-hmm.
When people took advantage of others or taken in for crimes that were so heinous and cruel. You wonder how someone looks at a person and thinks, well, they can have another chance to do it properly.
You know old Petey Jansen
But
gambled away his shirt off his back.
I suppose over the years, to see enough cases and talk to enough people and hear enough life stories and experiences that you realise that time almost can heal anything, I suppose.
Yeah.
In some people, I don't think that's... I still don't believe it. I still don't think it's true for all people. I think some people are just foundationally and rotten to the core, for lack of a better term. But I also know that
No, Zach.
I don't really know anything about them other than what I do know, and they don't know anything about me. So
It's true. It's true. It's tough though.
living with an
Knowing.
learning to live with an open mind has been a bit of a challenge, shall we say?
I get that. It's hard too, coming from an institution like the military into a world like this, where we've got ranks and we've got order and we've got rules, but at the end of the day, it's not like the army where someone's standing there telling you what to do. You got to figure out what to do. You got to figure out how you're going to survive this, and you got to figure out what your lines are as well. What are your limits? What are your actions that will deem someone to be worthy of those chances or not of those chances? It's not a perfect system, and sometimes it lets people have second chances and third chances and sixth and seventh chances even that you don't always think they deserve, but they get them anyway, and that's what society has decided is fair.
It can be exceptionally frustrating.
And then you see other people that catch a random stray bullet, having survived plenty of other ones. Catch a random stray bullet trying to do something as innocuous as ask someone about a citation they received, and I don't know, it's just, you never know what your lines are going to be that make you think, well, do you deserve another chance for this or not? Is this a crime where I go, you know what? Maybe there's a teachable moment here, and if I'm a little lenient, if I'm a little forgiving, and I'm a little graceful in my charges, they have an opportunity to learn something here. Or is what they've done and what they've proven themselves to be as a person so outrageously unjustifiable, unforgivable, that actually the only solution is that it's not about redemption, it's just about punishing. Because by God, they need to be punished for as a consequence of their actions.
Everyone meets their fate one day.
It's true too.
Small solace, I suppose.
Even the great outlaw Jesse Sweet will someday meet his fate.
And even if I could not punish him, he will be.
Fucking Beckett Boone would love to punish that one though. I think they're just a little bit of a lover's rivalry going on there.
I was going to say, there feels like there's more story to that. He seems very, very frustrated and angry at Jesse Sweet for a man.
89.
Even if they were mortal enemies, it certainly seems like there's something under going on there. I mean, he mentioned what Rodriguez said, but I don't really know her. I mean, I know of her, but I've never met her, nor do I know what she's like, so...
Well, the secret is that Rodriguez used to date Jessie Sweet.
Right.
And that ended
That
badly.
explains a lot.
Didn't help that while Rodriguez and Jessie Sweet were dating, Rodriguez was a goddamn U.S. Marshal. Well, then she resigned her post, but still, it was... And then she was a sheriff, I think.
I was going to say, the Sheriff of Rhodes, Beckett
Yeah.
said.
She was a sheriff at one point while they were still together, I believe. And then he robbed her bank, and she got pissed off.
Right. Okay.
But also that kind of to the point of how much of an asshole Jessie Sweet was, that he'd robbed a bank in the town of the woman he's dating. Or at least his gang did. I don't even know.
I suppose if she didn't do something about it, he would have been... Rather, there would have been plenty of eyes turned around on her, I'm sure.
Right?
Sounds like an awfully prickly situation to be in.
From what I understand it was a mess. And it got complicated because Jessie Sweet's old lover, Olive Jackson, came back. Like, she left, and Jessie thought she might have been gone forever, so he kind of moved on. And he got with Rodriguez, and then Olive Jackson came back, and then Jessie's like, oh, I love her too, and oh, it was just a goddamn awful mess.
So what I'm hearing is Mr. Sweet gets along with a lot of people.
Yep, there is that too, I guess you could say that, yep. Well, he's now with Avery Bryce, so there's that as well. Didn't like to point that out to Beckett, but Jessie's moved on, Beckett. It's okay.
So it does get aggressively upsetting.
I think Beckett just gets upset too, to be fair.
I mean, considering now that now that I know the history between them, I can only imagine what the back and forth between those two is usually like. Between the insults and the insinuations, I can only imagine it would be awful.
I would kind of love to just be a fly on the wall in a room. You know, Beckett asked who I'd rather be trapped in a room with, Jessie or the serial killer, the doll maker. I'd kind of like to be just trapped in a room with Jessie and Beckett, where both of them might be like handcuffed so they can't hurt each other, but they're stuck in there with each other, and they have to talk to each other. I just want to see what happens. I want to see what they talk about. I want to see how they yell at each other.
I feel like one of them would not survive.
Well, that's the thing. I want them to be like restrained from being able to hurt each other. But yeah,
Right,
you're right.
okay.
They'd probably figure out a way to get at each other.
Something.
I feel like Beckett might chop off his handcuffed arm just to be able to then go and beat Jessie to death with the other end.
Do you drink tea, Tyrell?
Do I drink tea? I've actually, you know what? I do occasionally. I'm more of a coffee person, but I have tried tea.
I will bring you some nice ones when I get back from my trip.
That would be lovely. I did always think, like, what is the difference between tea and soup? Isn't tea
I
just
feel like I don't even want to humour that question with an answer.
isn't tea just like twig soup?
No, it's an infusion. It's completely different.
So's a broth.
No, that's made with a protein. It's completely different.
What about vegetable broth? Is tea
don't
just
like this game,
vegetable
Tyrell.
broth?
No, it's not.
J-Dog, what's
It's much
up,
nicer than
man?
that.
Okay. I believe it. I'm not saying
I was
tea's
about
not
to ask
nice.
you whether you prefer green or black tea. Now I feel like I'm just going to get you something bad.
I don't know the difference.
I'm going to have to educate you.
Mm-hmm. I look forward
Right,
to
so
it.
when we're back,
Mm-hmm.
having tea at the Lycorn,
Okay.
catching up, it's going to be nice.
Fantastic. I might be around tomorrow, we'll see, but otherwise I will see you when you return.
Right, okay, well take care, and
Yeah.
don't get shot while I'm away. I mean, I know you
That's
will,
not.
but I'm going to
I
say
can't
that.
promise a thing, but thanks for saying it. I appreciate the sentiment.
We're trying, right? We've got to get there somehow.
We try. We will try. You be safe, Delphine, and again,
Likewise.
congratulations. I look forward to working
Thank
with you
you.
properly.
I appreciate it. I do too. Hopefully we'll see Valentine at some point as well. If you see her before I leave, or after I leave, let her know that I said goodbye.
I will. All right.
Thank you. Take care.
Journey safe.
You too.
Yo, Zach. Thank you so much. But actually, instead of ad time, it is closing time. I am about to finish up here and go and get the little one from daycare. We started a little bit late today because we were doing a cool thing that I will talk about soon, but not yet. Alright, thank you so much, chat. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for being beautiful, awesome people. Yeah, we'll do it next time, my guy. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for looking out for us. But yes, thank you, chat. That is the end of Tyrell Sackett's day for today. There is a chance that I am back tomorrow, mind you, because the little one is going out and about for the afternoon. So whenever she wakes up from her nap, I will probably jump on. For now, I love you all. Thank you so much. Good night, and we'll see you soon. Bye, chat. Thank you, Zach. Much appreciated, dude. Good night.